short-form research skills series for graduate students and early career researchers. In each 4 to 5 minute episode, I walk through one concrete framework you can use right away. Whether you're planning a thesis, auditing a literature review, designing a seminar, or crafting an elevator pitch, let's get into today's framework. One of the biggest misconceptions about research is that progress or quality is measured by how busy you are. Graduate students often spend long hours reading papers, collecting data, writing code, or running experiments, and drafting articles, yet still feel uncertain about whether they are actually moving closer to completing their research. The challenge is that activity and progress are not always the same thing. Imagine a graduate student approaching the final semester of a degree program. Their calendar is full. They have accumulated hundreds of references, collected a substantial amount of data, and written several draft chapters. Despite all that effort, a meeting with their advisor reveals several important issues that still need attention. Some analyses have not yet answered the original research questions. Key assumptions have not been fully justified. A few additional experiments are needed before the conclusions can be defended. The student has certainly been busy, but the project is not yet ready for its next major milestone. This framework encourages a different way of thinking about research execution. Instead of measuring progress by hours worked or pages written, it focuses on readiness. Before moving from one phase of the project to the next, you ask whether the necessary evidence exists to support that decision. Have the research questions been answered? Is the data complete and of sufficient quality? Have important risks been addressed? Are the conclusions supported by the available evidence? These questions provide a much clearer picture of project maturity than simply tracking completed tasks. The framework also helps organize research around meaningful milestones rather than arbitrary deadlines. Each milestone represents a decision point where you evaluate whether the project is ready to advance. If additional work is needed, you identify the specific gaps before investing more time. This approach reduces surprises late in the project because potential problems are identified while they are still manageable. Another advantage is improved communication with advisors and collaborators. Instead of reporting that you have completed a certain number of pages or experiments, you can explain which milestones have been achieved, what evidence supports those milestones, and what remains before the next review. These conversations tend to be more productive because they focus on measurable progress rather than activity alone. Perhaps most importantly, this approach helps reduce unnecessary rework. Many delays occur because projects advance before earlier work has been adequately verified. By periodically reviewing readiness, you increase confidence that each stage has been completed before moving to the next, making the overall research process more efficient and less stressful. Ultimately, successful research is not simply about working hard, it is about making steady, informed progress toward clearly defined objectives. By organizing your work around readiness, evidence, and meaningful milestones, you create a research process that is easier to manage, easier to communicate, and more likely to produce results that stand up to careful review. Thanks for listening to SciResMethods. If you'd like the licensed PDF version of this framework, along with more research and presentation tools, you can find them at moonbo.lemonsqueezy.com. If this was helpful, consider sharing the episode with another grad student or colleague.